When I moved to Argentina, the thing I missed most was family. I knew nobody who moved to Mexico and Argentina. And when we went to school, for the functions and all the sports day and all of the other functions, especially in Mexico, extended families would come to cheer them on. The whole group would be there, and there would be me and my husband cheering our kids on. It was something we really appreciated after we moved away. You may not like to do everything your spouse does, for example. My husband plays tennis. He likes rock music. I can't play tennis, I have a bad back, and I don't like rock music. But I'll go with him anyway, once in a while. Not every time. We don't have to be invested 100% in anyone else or in anything that they do to show support. Support is support. I support you because you are my family. You are like me. When people don't show support for what you do, it is very, very hurtful, especially when it's close family. Now, when I'm talking from personal experience. When I started meditating, you cannot imagine the kind of stuff I got from my close family. Especially when I made my daughter learn it. What are you doing? You're converting her into a sannyasi. Which boy will want to marry her? Who wants to marry somebody who meditates? You're making a big mistake. Don't do this. You're going to land up in an ashram. What about your children? You're going to see them married, or you're going to become a big Guruji and go away somewhere. And I said, I have no such plans. It was very difficult for me because here I was so excited about what I had discovered. And automatically, when you love doing something, you expect everyone that you love to love it too. And therein lies the folly. They're not going to love what you do because they cannot even begin to understand what it is that you're doing. This happens, the reverse is also true. I feel like yesterday I was talking a lot about Indian parents and Asian parents and how much they pressure their children into going into specific careers. You either become a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. Anything else is just not acceptable. There's also this tremendous pressure to bring in the trophies because all the other kids are bringing in trophies for something or the other. So when your child doesn't do it, it's extremely disappointing. And when your child picks to be a dress designer, it's the biggest letdown for parents. There is no support here. There is no support. If you don't do it my way, I cannot accept it. I can accept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's it. Yours is a sixth way. I've never heard of it. And it doesn't come into my frame of reference. I cannot accept it. I have seen from personal experience. I had a friend who at a very young age knew that he was homosexual. From the time he was 6 or 7, he wanted to paint his nails, he wanted to wear lipstick. and his parents would beat it out of him. Do you know the man waited till his mother died before he came out of the closet? For 45 years, he suffered inside. Zero support. It would just shatter everything. There was zero support from his family. Not only so, his brother refused to allow his children to associate with their uncle. Associate, no connection. 16, 20 years these children grew up. They had an uncle who loved them. And this uncle was so good. Each year on birthdays and wedding anniversaries, he sent cards. And I asked him, I said, why did you do it? They had no respect for you, no support for your lifestyle. He says, I did it because I still loved them. I did what felt right for me. So even if you don't get that support, it doesn't mean you return it to them, you know what I mean? Because that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I don't get support from someone for, say, my book promotion. But it doesn't mean that I won't help them for their, whatever party or their event that they're having. It doesn't work like that. Because it goes against my grain. I support regardless. That's my rule. No matter what you do, I support you. If it's something that you're doing that's terrible, that you're, maybe part of an underground movement that wants to kill all kinds of people or, something negative like that, maybe I will register my protest, okay? I won't support it. But I'm talking about small day-to-day lives, lifestyle choices that you have made in your life. Choosing your sexual orientation, the suffering that people from India have gone through in the last 50, 60 years. It is only in this generation, maybe in the last 10 or 15 years, that you're even seeing people coming out. They married, they had children, they hid it from the rest of the world and suffered within because there was nothing to support them, no one to support them. This became even worse. There was a time when I was growing up that in the event you were assaulted, you were raped, you would better keep quiet about it. Because the fact that you've been raped brings shame on the family. Even in those instances, there was zero support for the children. And it continues even today. If you have been raped, it must have been your fault because you must have tempted someone. It is a shame on the entire family. We cannot let people know. How will you get married? How will your sister get married? How will your younger sister get married? You better keep quiet. Now these are instances when these are terrible things happening and there is no support. And we are fussing about the little things. I was having an event and you didn't support me. I was selling my jewelry and you never came for it. We're fussing about these little things that we didn't get support for. Sometimes, not all of us are born to become rich and famous. We are born to support others. And they will not be able to make it without your support. I always in my heart thank Teva. Because if she had not suggested having this class and not brought her friends week after week after week, they came, some came, veni vidi vici kind of thing, they came, they saw, they left, some stayed, some brought other friends. And she was getting nothing out of it. No fame for her, no glory for her. But she did it regardless. Because she liked, she believed it was a good cause. She didn't think she was doing anything special for me yet. Without her support, I wouldn't be here today. Without your support, I wouldn't be here today. Who can live alone? Who can live alone? We need the support of so many people. The garbage guy. Such an important person. Such an important person. You think he's doing a menial job? Let him not come for 1-2 months and see what the condition of your house will be. There's so many people who think I can do it all by myself. There is nothing that you do. There are only things that happen in your life. And whenever those times come when you think, I wish I had their support, you have to remind yourself your journey is alone. Like 2 drops of water in a flowing river. For a while you flow together and then you part ways. They may be going side by side for a while and then they go their own way. And it's a very good reminder, because after all, what is it? You don't want to destroy your peace. You don't want to destroy your happiness, your sense of grounding. So you use whatever tools necessary to keep that moment of peace. Your blood family is very rarely your spiritual family. Just because you're born into the same family or you're married into the same family, it does not mean that those people that are there are good for you. Surround yourself with those that nurture you, that bring out the best in you, that support you in a way that you fulfill your destiny. Those are the people you need to seek out. Those are the people that you need to be in continuous contact with. You cannot do away with the ones in your blood family, but you can certainly use the deflector time and time again. The deflectors, something that I've been sharing with them for a while. It is an invisible screen that comes up, which you have control of. When you are in front of people that always hurt you, that always push your button, and whatever they say reflects off of it. It does not come through to you. You remain in your zone of peace. With or without support, you will fulfill your destiny. If you have reached into your source and you know where you're going, and it feels just right, use the strength of the universe, the strength of the universal forces to just forge ahead. Support is nothing, there's just words. They're just words and just thoughts. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. This one supported me, that one didn't. I support you and I don't like what you're doing. What is it? It's nothing. You still have to live this moment and truly fulfill your destiny. Does not matter who supports you, why they support you, when they support you. They will support you when there's something in it for them. They will support you when you are rich and famous. They will support you if it suits their need. But you might find one or two of your spiritual family that will hold your hand regardless. But that doesn't matter. You have the support of the divine always. The energies of the divine are within you. You are held in the arms of the divine. When you have that support, what does it matter if anyone else supports you or not? As you walk on the beach, the parable I think which I read from the Bible, you see your footsteps, but you can't see God because you are in the arms of Jesus. You are in the arms of the divine. He walks with you. The divine is inside of you. So when you have that, what does it matter? Someone supports, someone doesn't. You support someone, you don't support something else. What matters is that you're convinced that this path you're walking is your chosen path. And you give it 100% effort and feel that happiness, abundance and peace is your birthright. That's all. All the rest is just something floating around in your head, in your brain, in your thoughts, in your mind. There for a minute, gone the next. So stay present, PMA, present moment awareness. It's like a river that flows. It's a river of PMA. You're present, you're present, you're present, you're present. Don't worry if you've got any support or you don't have any support. Be mindful at all times of the support of the divine. Embody yourself. Godify yourself. Bring that energy within you and walk confidently.